everyone, FARMSIMGUY here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Holmacra and the Survival Challenge. As you remember, we have done a couple of live streams, which I know maybe some of you haven't picked up, but really all we've ended up doing is trying to clear more of these logs. It is really taking a lot of time and it is slowing us down considerably. The money's good, don't get me wrong, but it is taking us a long time. So you can see these have been pulled out in piles from the forest by this brilliant tractor that we've invested in, the Universal. Really liking that with a winch and a tow bar on it. So we're pulling those out into this area here so they can be picked up by the little skid steer down there. It's not ideal, it goes pretty slowly. We did have to admit defeat, and from a speed perspective we leased this beast at a ridiculous amount of money. But it didn't speed things up particularly. We were almost as quick with the chainsaw, so it was a bit of a waste of money, really. We had to try it. We had to come up with something different, or we would just spend the next 6, 8, 10, 12 episodes clearing trees. But I have discovered something, and we are going to get rid of this, and we're going to go with something else similar, but better. Just you wait till you see this. So there we go, leased items, forestry machinery. There it is. We are going to return that. So I think that cost us about $12,000 in total, something ridiculous anyway. Way more than we needed to spend. And if it had worked, it would have been a good investment. But we're about to do it all again. Obviously, we made quite a nice little bit of money in a couple of the live streams. You can see we've got 27,000 in the top corner there. So we are going to get this little beauty here. There it is. We're going to take it. Well, are we going to take it? We're going to put the cage on it, and you'll see why when we buy it. Well, when I say buy it, we're going to lease it. So 7,971, so a lot cheaper than the Volvo that we've just returned. So we're going to take that, and we're also going to lease this blade for just £306. There we go. And we've had them delivered up here. One reason being it would have taken us an eternity to drive them up. I think it runs about 6 miles an hour in total. But this is the answer to all our problems. And let me show you why. Just going to get this bigger, wider blade connected, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. There we go. Raise that up. Now, if I spin round to the front, as we drive over here, if I spin round to the front, you can see this huge rake attached to the front here that's sticking out. I'm going to pull up to a tree and I'm going to show you why this is going to be brilliant. It doesn't solve the problem completely, we're still going to have to get trees off the ground, but it's going to make things a lot faster if nothing else. So if I line up here, something like that, lower the blade down a bit. Now what I do is roll up straight to it. I'm going to turn on the dozer blade rake, which is B here. And look at that. Basically, I can push trees over now. So if we drive over here, I can just push trees down. Now, even better, watch the stump there. You can just see it in between the grass. I roll forward far enough, strips the stumps out of the ground as well. So I can clean up as I'm going along, so I don't have to go and get rid of a load of stumps over time as well. So basically, I am fully hyped now. So, I think this episode could be quite a quick one. We are just going to strip this forest bare. The flat area that we want to work on is all the way over there, and all the way down there. And we're just going to push as many trees down as we can, and then we're going to come and do something with a big blade to try and kind of move them all into position. Try and sort them out so that we can now see these ones. I think because we didn't cut them down. Oh no, they're going. I thought for a second then because they weren't trees that have been knocked down by the blade, they wouldn't get rid of the stumps, but it's working well as well. So, right, I think there's nothing more to it than to just get on, and you see why we've got the roof on this, because we don't really want them falling. We don't really want them falling on top of the dozer. That one may be a bit high. We might have to jump out and still use a chainsaw on some of these. That's okay. I genuinely think this is going to change things considerably. So, we're going to push on for a bit. Well, there we go. We've managed to get one stuck now. It's taken quite a while though, but what about that? I mean, it feels a little bit evil, to be honest. The speed we were getting through those, it was crazy. Crazy. There's a couple of things here that are, the trees are all over the place. That's my only concern. I've got a lot of stuff to get rid of here. There we go. That'll help. But it's not a bad thing, is it? Get rid of that. We can tow these out of here with the logging chain and strip them down. I would like to have longer trailer maybe to get them without having to trim them down to length, because that's what's going to take us time now. But what a start! I'm gonna keep going. I think we're gonna try and clear this next section over here. We've learnt a few things about how to drive it, so directionally, if we can push everything over there. Roughly in one direction, should be easy to pull them all out. I want to push them to the edges of the area as well, because that means we don't have to worry about clearing them so quickly. You can see I've pushed all these over to the road here, so if we don't want to clear them straight away, we don't have to. We've got all this area to work with to get the farm ready. But yeah, loving this. Anybody, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, where do you get this from? So this is from FS Miner. I'll put a link to the video where he showed it, and you can go and download it from there. But what a tool! What a tool! It's amazing. Right, we're going to push on and do a bit more. Okay, I am going to take a break there. I think it's safe to say that was a successful job. That has taken a little bit of time though, but I'm not complaining in any way, shape or form. There is a lot of stuff lying on the ground though. And when it chops some of the trees down, it takes branches off, and it also takes, like, here we go, here's a couple. In fact, that's a stump that we've missed. Let's get rid of that. But it takes these nice little logs as well, so we might get a chipper at some point, but I'm not going to throw those away just yet. I might get a chipper and sort some of those out, but you can see we also got some tangled round trees and things like that as well, which stopped us going any further, so we'll probably need to pull a few of these out to get going as well. But that was amazing. I am keeping that, even if the daily lease on that is quite expensive. I'm going to keep that for a couple more days until we've cleared some more ground, because there is enough trees down now to really be able to sell and make some money now. If only I could strip them and load them a bit better, but we'll worry about that later on. We've got a few to do here, but crikey. That is one way to do logging. Like I said, FS Miner, I'll put a link in the description to that. Absolutely brilliant. Right, there are now a couple of rogue trees lying about, which I need to pull out, just to help us. Oh, I forgot how noisy this was. Just to help us really start cutting some field shapes. So I'll grab a few with the chain and we'll pull them back up to the other field, and then we'll get that trailer loaded up and we'll get them down and sold. So again, I think we'll recoup our money almost straight away with this. We could strip them, although it did disconnect the chain. So, I think we need to measure these out into 5 metre widths, or 6 metre widths. I think we went for 6 in the end, didn't we? We started to go for 6. We'll get these measured out and we'll go for it. There we go, that's what I wanted. 6 metres. 6.6 there. Oh, 6 metres. Go, and this bit we'll need to keep maybe for the chipper later on. Let's get the other one done. We'll lose the end of this actually, so we'll start from the other end. I'm so happy with how much ground we've cleared there. That's ridiculous. Right, tidy things up a little bit there. Not pretty, but it worked okay. Right, let's get Jeepers Creepers fired up. Let's get these loaded up. One of my next purchases has to be a decent logging trailer and tractor, and I'm not leasing them. I'm going to buy them, so I'm mindful of that. But let's move this into the middle of the field. Let's get all of these in the field, off the field. We've also got these here as well, which we can sell, which is great. We want to make sure that we probably sell everything that we've got so we can see what we can afford after that. I do think the logging trailer we want isn't ridiculously expensive, but it's what we pull it with that's going to be the expensive thing. Right. Sorry, another time lapse. It's one of those episodes, I think, but bear with me. Once we've cleared all this, we will be able to cut some fields and start to open the farm up. Maybe even buy our first shed. Let's see. Right. Here we go. And there we go. A couple of not regulation length logs there that we'll just need to kind of pull out of the way, hopefully. Yeah, this is... in fact, I could just chuck it on, couldn't I? Don't need super strength, so... that means we can just wedge it up there. Not bad. It's a pain when they're 6 meters because they hang off the back too much, but you know what? We'll make it work. And that's another load down to the shop. So let's sell that. Let's see what we get for this. I think then we might run the big cat around and just scrape any of the loose bits that are on the floor up. And then I might cut some field shapes. Or a field shape. Could do with a bigger field maybe than these two small ones down here. So, let's run down. Let's sell these. And see if it makes up the money that we've spent already. So we started with 27,000. We're down to 19,119. So if we can recoup the cost of that that big cat dozer, we're looking good. There we go. 10,490. Happy days. Up to 29,000. Right, let me show you what's on my shopping list. So, dream scenario would be the pole trailer at 22,000 here. That would be tremendous. Would love that. And in terms of trucks, we've got Northwest Mods and Edits 379 day cab. And we've got the old Mac. Now, this could be the one I go with because the price, 28,000 to be it. I could almost buy this now. But I would want to change a few things if I could. I'm not sure if I can change wheels. Wheel setup. Does it give me anything off-roady? And that's not bad. Bit of grip on those at the back. So, yes, some scope in this. So, we'll come back, I think another load, and we'll be able to afford that. We just don't have anything to load it up with yet, though. So it would be a little bit counterproductive. So, again, we need to think about how we're going to get these larger logs onto these trailers as well. Right, here we are back at the ranch. Let's park this up here. Just gonna, like I said, shift, just scan the area, clear it if I can. And then we'll take things from there. Could get a second crop in as well. Have a look over here. Got to check in on this. Canola's doing well. 53%. Only 5% fertiliser at the moment. We could do with maybe getting some fertiliser on that at some point. Now we've got a bit of cash in the bank. So, right, let's clear some of these logs and see how we get on. Actually, I was going to get in the dozer, but so far, everything has been mostly pick-upable by hand. So, there we go. We'll come back and get those later on. That's a bit of an annoying tree just here, though. It's not really in the way, though, is it? And here is our large area. There's one more. Let's just lift that. Right, we're looking good here. I am going to get our tiny little plough and cut out some edges, I think. In fact, no, I'm not. I am going to buy this 4,500. These brilliant little cultivators from Pleasant View Farms. I'm going to grab this. And that's going to help us cut out our fields a little bit easier. Right, I've just moved off that steep ridge by that building foundation. I think we're going to start here. Let's get it unfolded. This does have a tendency to drag to one side sometimes. We'll need to be mindful of that, but other than that, should be good. Right there, we just did a little test because we turned on Create Field with Cultivator. So, now we can go proper. Right, here we go. Well, there we go. All done. That was pretty easy. And quick as well. That was a good bit of investment, that. Definitely. And there we go, our field here. Probably the size of the other two put together. Still doesn't feel massive, doesn't it? We've pretty much cut the entire area that we stripped with the trees there, which is interesting. So, still some more work to do, I think. Still some more work to do, but I think we've got some more tree clearing to do, if I'm being honest. So we can build out the farm some more. But this is looking great. I am so happy with this. You see, yes, when you stand here, the amount of trees all just bundled up here, there is so much money here. But we're stuck. We're stuck with the length of logs we can lift and how we can get them down to the sell point. So it's going to be interesting. But I would like to get them all out of the way. I would love to create an area, probably it is over here by the road. There's loads of trees down here already. An area where we just dump all of these logs at full length. That's accessible from the road. Well, it's less of a road, more of a dirt track, but we could get to here, load up the trucks and get them off to the sell point. We could actually run the bulldozer along here and level some of this out as well, potentially, couldn't we? Anyway, yeah, that's the dream. There's a lot of stripping of logs, again, manually. It's going to take ages. We could lease that smaller Volvo again that has got the stripper after they've been cut. That could be a job. Yes, food for thought, definitely. Okay, right, I'm going to try and move some of these anyway. So we've got a bit more space to work with. So let's see how 150 horsepower does with full-length trees, and we'll try and haul them over down into this area down here. Right, here we go. Actually, I'm going to go from this side first, because these are kind of... they're all in the way. So let's see how we get on. Well, so far so good. This tractor doesn't know its own strength, to be honest. So, I'm actually going to try and keep them sensibly lined up here. I'm not going to drop them down there. There's enough going on down there already. So, let's see if we can haul all of these trees over here. Everything that's over there, over here. It's going to take a bit of time, this. So I suppose it's another time lapse. Right, there we go. This is working quite nicely now. Quite liking this. We've got still quite a lot to clear, especially over there. But we're making progress. It's going all right. So I think we'll just push on with this off camera and try and get everything tidied up for the start of the next episode. This has been really good fun, actually, I've got to say. Doesn't feel like hard work at all, having this much fun with that fella. And this little tractor is like a superhero. Right, is that a... that can't be a tree trunk, can it? No, I didn't think it was. just appeared out of nowhere, so yeah, this little universal is absolutely brilliant. We've got our new field. We're starting to make some sort of tidier mess of these trees. There's still a load of work to do to get them cleared and stripped, but hey, I feel we've made more progress in this episode than we had in the last 3 weeks, so I'm not going to complain about that at all. Okay. Still need more money as well though. But for now, from me, the FarmSim guy, and the noisiest tractor in the world, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.